touch the screen now on my mouth.
Film industry spearheading multimedia's development with great people like Film Australia's managing director Bruce Moyer, the whole of Australia's creative community. Major advertisers and agencies now looking seriously, totally complementary to the Australasian Interactive Multimedia Industry Association's efforts. Get a very tightly interleaved group highly creative people. Australia's always been ahead of the game. Great Southern Stars, a collective, a renaissance, multimedia stars.
Interactive filmmaking is the ultimate excitement, the ultimate buzz. It takes you onto all sorts of different levels, never explored before, never seen in a traditional movie house. Interactive movies are the trip, the voyage into the unknown.
The script is awesome. It's both art house, but it's art house with a big H, and that big H is Hollywood.
Franz Siedelmeier was a celluloid artist whose life spans the entire century. What the film is all about is discovering elements, not only elements of his life, but elements of history that he was involved in, and art movements, political movements, all sorts of different elements of our time, and even moving actually into the future towards the year 2000.
Leave us alone.
Tim Bauer, where can you begin with Tim? When I first met him, I said to him that he was this country's answer to David Bailey. He thought I was sort of pissing in his pocket at the time, but I wasn't. I really meant what I said. And what we're doing here on the interfaces at this juncture is experimental.
Multimedia, to me, means the marriage of many formats into one crystallized unit. This is a photograph I made, and then I scratched. You don't have to look after your photographs. You can scratch them. You can do anything you want. I torture my pictures. People often ask me, why did you get into photography, Tim? My answer is, it's well paid and it gets me beautiful women. That's my wife.
The Australian multimedia industry is ready to develop a very strong export industry overseas. You could say that we're at a crossroads. I think one of the important way ahead is through a series of strategic alliances.
The avalanche of media messages hurtling down the information superhighway poses a very exciting time for publicity people.
Yeah, interactive advertising, everybody thinks it's just a living brochure, but it actually presents one of the biggest challenges. We're working with some of this country's top art directors and writers and some advertising agencies globally to produce real interactive ads.
Traditional forms of advertising mean that people are really focused on what they're going to leave out and what they're going to exclude from what you want to say to them. Whereas with CD-ROM, people go looking for, gee, what can I get out of this?
2UE, the foremost talkback radio station here in Australia, have commissioned APACHE recently to look at a radio interactive.
Hello world, this is John Lawrence.
The idea of animating a fish in a live-action environment with the excitement of a Lucozade party and a fish going a bit bonkers when it drank Lucozade all seemed like quite a lot of fun to me.
Lucozade, it's a power pack of glucose energy.
Should have bought a ladder. Who's that?
Truth, integrity, and a little gossip.
Republic Records and Vicky Gordon, they play an integral role in Great Southern Stars with some very innovative artists and some innovative ideas for a new genre in music.
We'd like to see ourselves as a controversial label.
Absolutely.
We'd like to think we foster our artists a little more than maybe the bigger companies do.
Lately I've been thinking you've been wasting your time, giving your heart to someone else. Just many things that I wish to do.
The first time an Aboriginal girl in her own right's been played on commercial radio.
He said to me, hey little black girl.
I have my art. I'm quite interesting and creative, and I enjoy hanging upside down.
I'm gonna send you back to wherever the hell it was you came. But then I'm gonna get my tattoo and change to another girl's name.
One takes you to Japan, the other one is to take you to Germany. One takes you upstairs to America. Ready now?
Question. What about the future? I mean, are the Stones, firstly, are you going to stay together, do you think?
Hyde Park, 69, I was there.
We started rehearsing together with some other friends.
I used to live in Edith Grove, really mixed apartment, so it was as usual on his head whatever we did. It's funny how things don't change much.
Andrew pitched it so that we were very much the antithesis of the Beatles.
Probably about 15 years ago, I grew up on a staple serial of Rolling Stones music. My brother was the Beatles member of the family. About 4 years ago, I entered into a correspondence with Bill Wyman. He had a database of all of their stuff, dating right back to the beginning, and obviously very, very interesting. However, I also know that Mick Jagger obviously has a great deal of the final decision-making process for any of their business, and in terms of running them as a business. And I'm hoping very much that I can present to Mick a lot of the ideas from some Super 8 stuff of his own wife, who's actually, this is Tim's wife here. We've been collecting high 8, video 8 domestic that families have been shooting all over the world. Proposed front cover. I don't know, you shouldn't get any glare on that because it's framed in non-reflective. This is actually my wife and I, when my wife was just about to give birth to our son, and this was shot by Tim Bauer.
Oil paints would take ages to dry, and I didn't have the space.